Hi guys, welcome back to Gutenberg 10 days challenge, and this is days number 10. So in today's video we're gonna explore the Gutenberg gradient. So after completing this video you will have some solid understand how the gradient works and what kind of sections you'll be able to create using gradient. So also you'll be able to understand the proper way to use the stack and grid, at the same time the SVG icon that we're gonna implement here. So without further any delay, let's jump into my computer. So first of all, take a look at our design here, and as you can see there is a gradient. So if you take a look at here, 4 column, we can take a column, and the gradient color, the background color we're gonna use as a gradient, and it will be a little bit of practice that you need to master yourself to understand how it works. But it's easy, I believe you can do it. Many of you already know how the gradient works, but let's start creating this one first. So let's navigate to our WordPress dashboard and click add new. So type here days day 10, and now I'm gonna take cover block. So if you want, you can also use the group block here. Let's take group, because the group inside it has the gradient options here as well, and the cover also has the gradient options. But if you wanted to use a background image, then it's highly recommended to use the cover block. And if you are planning to use the background color only with the gradient, then the group block is perfect for you. So now I have selected the group, and let's make it full width. After making it full width, I'm gonna add grid here. So I believe you have some solid understand how the grid works after completing our previous video regarding the grid. And I'm going to add some padding here. If you take a look at the design, there is some padding like 90 pixel at the top and bottom. So let's make padding, or let's add some padding inside this group area. I'm going to open the list view so that you can understand how everything works inside here. And if you're using a smaller screen, you can always zoom out to add some more space inside the editor. So I'm gonna make it 90% as of now, so that you can understand when I actively open the list view at the same time. Now let's select the grid item and go to the styles tab, add some padding at the top and bottom. And as you can see, it's added some padding at the top and bottom, but if you want manual like 90 pixels, then add 90 here. Now at the same time, let's take a look at here. There is only 4 column we need. Now let's make or select the grid here, and right now by default it's displaying 1 2 3 4 5 column. Let's increase the minimum column width, which is the minimum width of the column, and as you can see it's displaying 4 column right now when I add 17 rem. Now let's add this section first. Why us? Take a heading here, and at the same time copy the text from here, hit enter. And as you can see, when I hit enter, if I want to add anything here inside this grid, it will gonna add another column automatically. And that's why we have to take group, and the group works like a div. So we have to take group and place the y inside, or y as inside the group. Let me show you what I mean here. Let's click y as and click over here to make it as a group. And after that, you can inside the y as or this group, you can just select the y as and hit enter, place the text that I copy from this editor or from this design. And also take a look at the size. If you click over here, now if you take a look at here, there is a 18 pixel font size. So let's take a look, and there is pop-ins which is semi bold, not 50 pixel. Let's make it 50 pixel here. And also select over here, go to the appearance and make it bold. And let's make this paragraph text to 18 pixel. That's it. Now for the next column, I have to take another group. And now if you take a look at here, there is an icon. Let's export this icon as SVG for better view, and copy this up to date text, and take a look at it's 18 pixel and this one is 14 pixel. Let's add image for the icon and download the icon here. Sorry, it's upload, not download. Okay, done. And you can place or click here, or you can just click here. Okay, it just changes its size. Now add heading. Up to date, the heading font size is 18 pixel, and you can make it like H4 or H3 as per your requirements. And now go to the appearance, let's make it bold. After that, add another items and copy the text from here, paste it, and go to the custom size, make it 14 pixel as per our documentations or the UI design that is appearing inside the Figma. Now let's take a look at this icon size, which is 34 pixel. Go to our editor and let's make it 34. So I have navigating here a little bit faster because I have explained each and every single details previously, and I'm not gonna take huge time. So please, so that I can focus more on the specific topic that we are gonna discuss here. Now let's make 30 pixel top and bottom, and then 30 pixel left and right padding. And here you can see, if you take a look at here, there is a border. This is the border color here, and the color is looks like this, the stroke color, and the background is white. Let's add a stroke color first. Select group and then go to the styles tab, select color, paste the color that I copied here, and make 1 or add a stroke 1. If I increase, you can see the stroke looks like this. Let's make it 1. So as you can see, it looks perfect now. And if you want, you can adjust it using stack, or if you really wanted to use margin and padding, you can also apply this one. It should work perfectly for top and bottom, but do not use on left and right side. It's not a good practice to use margin left and right side, because one of my previous video I explained that, and one of my visitors, followers basically, he asked me about this, so I think I should explain you. Now let's make this one into a stack. Why? Because if you take a look at here, this two has 10 pixel gaps and this has 30 pixel gaps. So I should make it 10 pixel this for these two items, and that's why I added stack, which is easier for me instead of using margin and padding. I'm gonna use, let's make it 10 pixel, looks perfect, and go to the group and add some spacing here. Let's make it 30 pixel and see how it looks like. It looks perfect. Okay, and now inside the group, add a background color here. Go to the background, add a white background color. Now the white background color is not visible yet, but it will be visible soon when I add gradient background color here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to copy these layouts. I'm gonna copy this one again and again for other 5 items here. Let's copy and just simply paste here. No, sorry, not this one. So go to the grid again, and you can see there is no options to increase the row. It will automatically increase the row when I click on this plus icon and hit the paragraph. And let's add another one. So I think right now it's displaying 3 at top, so I need to increase this one. And at the same time, I have to take a look at the size, which is 1095 pixel. So let's adjust the width here from group. Let's 1090 pixel. And now it will gonna looks perfect here because we have adjusted the width as well. Now let's reduce. Now as you can see, when I use 20, which looks perfect here, and I just adjusted here the grid column, not exactly the layouts or nothing drastically random changes. I just adjusted and place it perfectly so that it looks okay to me compared to the design. And now if you take a look at here, this one has some padding. Why us? Let's add some padding and select the group here, and let's add 30 pixel top and bottom, and from here also 30 pixel top bottom. and let's reduce the font size a little bit. Okay, now let's add a background color so that you can understand how it works and how it looks like when we add a gradient color. So if I add, or if I select the group from here at the top left corner, I select it here, and then on the right hand side select the styles tab and go to the background color. If I add a yellow color, it looks like this. Now let's take a look at the color here, and let's choose the color picker. Let's choose this one, and there is another color. So I have added two color here. I'm gonna use this one first. Go to our background or group and select the background and go to the gradient. Let's select this one, add this color, and simply copy this one, go to here on the second gradient and add this color. So as you can see, generally we use gradient color that looks like this, but when we have to add a completely different color, not blending with each other, then you have to little bit apply some tweak here. If I reduce, as you can see, and let's increase this one. So as you can see, we have done our layouts here, and you have to be a little bit careful when you are applying the gradient here. Now as you can see, there is another angle which is basically the layouts. You can change the angle from here, which is 90 degree, 100 degree, or 180 degree, and as you can see, it's more like close to 90 degree, but not exactly. Let's change it like around 100, which looks okay to me. Now if I click publish and view the page, it looks like this. Now if I just zoom in, so as you can see, we make these sections perfectly, and if we want, we can add other gradient color here, like the design has another color. If we really wanted to use, we can implement this one, but the goal is not to make it really complex here. For this tutorial, I'm gonna add another video where I'll be using multiple gradients and make things perfect for you. So that's all for today. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. And I have seen many of you haven't subscribed my channel, so please subscribe this channel. There will be more video coming soon regarding Elementor and other page builder. Thanks for watching.